So, just past those railway tracks is the van. We've got a bicycle path and a walk path going either way. We got a guy donning headphones all of a sudden. Even though he's in the middle of his walk. Now, this is the end of Burrard Inlet. I used to play here as a kid. I lived here for about 4 years, and this is my stomping grounds from when I was a little lad. So I'm just going to give you guys a tour. I guess it's an updated tour because I haven't seen the paths so nicely done. That's the end of the road for our Burrard Inlet. Here's an old, looks like an old boiler. Man, this place still smells the same. I remember this smell. Isn't this beautiful? Whoops, we don't want to go any further. You can see there used to be a business here, a full-on business, probably 50, 60 years ago. That's just what's left of the foundation of it now. Across there we've got the sulfur piles. That's what Fort Moody's famous for, is its sulfur. Huge sulfur piles shipping out on ships. And geez, it stinks like sulfur down here, totally. No fucking question. So, this brings back memories. I used to play out on those things during low tide here. Now, that mud is actually pretty deep. You can sink probably a foot down. You can sink a good 20 centimeters down into that mud there. So this is a piece of Port Moody Park, where I grew up. A bit of where I grew up. Here's another look from a different point of view. Another curve in the trail. It's so beautiful around here. Ooh. A lot of birds, a lot of ducks, a lot of people. This is the old park ranger's cabin for Balcara Park. That's where we're parked. Now we're on the other side. You can see through the woods there that there is the ruins of whatever business that is. And there. Oh, you know what? Oh, geez. Sorry. Before we recorded the wood chip piles. Those are wood chip piles, right? And then over here, we got the sulfur piles. World famous sulfur piles. That huge mountain is a pile of sulfur. And within that green building is another huge pile of sulfur. That's actually not as big anymore because they built this building to accommodate the sulfur so that it wouldn't be out in the elements. Because apparently there is some deterioration and with the quality and quantity as it sits out. No wonder, we can smell it everywhere. I mean, it's definitely deteriorating. Now, over here, we've got Rocky Point Park. This is where that dock there was built just before I left Rocky Point Park. And before there used to be just two, now we just see one, but there used to be two of these little wooden docks. And sailboats used to come in during the summertime. People from all over the world would sail in to the end of the inlet here and check it out. And check out Rocky Point Park. And I used to help people launch their boats in exchange for a ride in their boat. And most of the time my parents didn't know where I was or what I was doing at the time. I could have easily been kidnapped, but I mean, like, goes to show most people in the world are good-hearted. I mean, there were plenty of opportunities for people to kidnap me, let me tell you. Alright, so over there is the sulfur pile. That is the Burrard Inlet Yacht Club, where I actually learned how to man a yacht when I was a kid. One of the many things I can do. I can sail a yacht. Alright, here again. Well, as you can see, I'm close to private property. I'm like right on the road's edge to private property. And there's a gate here. And there's a stop private property sign over there. Private property. But check out this view. Those are the sulfur mines, or sulfur piles. Over there is the yacht club. Over there were people walking their dogs in an abandoned area. Up there is a bat. And a full moon. That is honestly a bat. Seriously. That's a bat. Okay, so I've parked in a place in Ioco that has a heritage housing project going on. All these houses are abandoned. You can see that there's a fence across the road, but over here is pretty open. Now, there were people walking their dogs over by where I was checking out the trains and the yacht club and the private property and all that stuff. Now, these people have come back and they have two dogs. And they parked right down the road from me. Now, these are the same people, same truck, same two dogs. I've been looking for a place to fucking park. I've been seeing people going to neighbors' houses when I park in their area and knocking on their door and talking to them and looking at me like they're scared shitless, like they got caught at something. Now, outside parking, way the fuck out of the way. What the fuck is this? Is this big white truck the same fucking big white truck that has the fucking dogs in it? Did you see that? I just took off. Now, if they come up and tell me I'm on private property, that's one fucking thing. But if they just cruise on by without saying a fucking word, and they keep doing it all night, well, that's harassment. Alright, so this is where I slept last night. This is fucking beautiful. Now you can see in the daytime what these houses look like. Oh, let's move that. They're pretty run down now. You can hear the trickling sounds of the brook. Beautiful birds. And only the occasional train or vehicle. Otherwise, it's nice and quiet, which is what I've been looking for. There you go, trains off in the distance. Now this over here is a petroleum refinery, and it's also where they fill up the boats. Well, one of the several places they fill up the oil tankers. This up here is an Ioco substation. I'm going to check the map. I forgot to do that yet. And this is apparently used to be between 1920 and 1960 was an active community, and there used to be a total of something, what do they say, there used to be a total of 32 homes all the way around here. Now there's only like maybe a handful, like not even a dozen left. And what's going on here is this used to be where the workers lived for the petroleum refinery over yonder, and now I don't know, it's ever since 1960 the place just started going, people started moving out, and slowly but surely everybody either died or moved on. There we go. So I'm gonna post some heritage information. Weird. I guess they're just as curious as I am about this place. There's plenty of room to go by if they want to go by here. Why did they just turn around and... odd. Anyway. So, other than that freak occurrence, it's been nice and quiet all night, all day. It's been really nice and quiet. So this dude's been lingering with his children behind my van for about 10 minutes now. Now they're right behind my van. That's our house. That's what used to be our house. There's the church. There's Moody Elementary. Still the same, except for this. All condos. This is where the old arts center was. The old corner store is now a new pizzeria. Alright, this is where Moody Park. That old little cafe is still open. But this is called the Boathouse Restaurant, right smack in the middle of the parking lot. There's this over here. And here's what the park looks like from this side. That's the pool right there. Oh. That's that old-fashioned community house I was talking about. Here's the pier and the docks. They changed this up a little bit, you can see. They changed all that. They put some garden around the pier. There's the old boat launch. Still being a boat launch. And the Boathouse Restaurant. Kind of weird. Alright, here's the old museum. Ye old museum. That's cool. Alright, so we're gonna take a left right in here. As you can see, they changed up the parking lot. Alright. Here's the old ice cream parlor. Alright, 15-minute parking only, I can do that. Things have changed here, let me tell you. So here's the pool. Where are the weeping willows? Because I remember these cedars and these trees being here. Weeping willows are on the other side. And here's the pool. As they have it every year before they fill it up. Now where are those damn weeping willows you were talking about, Sierra? Okay, so they built a stage in the middle here. They built a water park and playground here, which Hayden and I went to like a number of years ago. That's the old-fashioned community center. And here's what the pool looks like from over here. Underneath this tree was where I found a 7-inch hunting knife that would later change my future life. It's the hunting knife that I used all through my childhood and teen years for hunting and fishing. And then it was the knife I finally used to try and kill myself that landed me up in jail and totally changed my life. That's when the knife was taken from me. Full circuit. I rode a BMX down this hill, and let me tell you, it's a lot steeper and longer than it looks. But near the bottom of this hill, I wiped right out on my BMX, and I'm lucky I didn't break anything, but I got a lot of scrapes and bruises, let me tell you. I also used to play over here, I'll show you. Well, this is the same as I remember it. This is a nice little creek that runs down the side of Moody Park. And you can see, there's my van. Now I used to play in this creek when I was a kid. And I used to be small enough to fit inside those bars and crawl in there and play inside there. It was a lot of fun.